anyone, really.
Right.
Right? And I'm just like...
You've never really... Exactly. Like, you've never actually told us anything about that like that.
No.
You know? And, yeah, I just want to, like, reiterate that we have never once said that you guys were coming after anybody. We never said that we were going after you guys. Obviously, we know that people are painting this flip on us, but we were the ones that were against it. Mm-hmm. And
regardless of the flip, like, because it's gonna be so hard to figure out.
I know.
But like, where are the rumors coming from about me and Ro?
What are the rumors? Which one?
I'm coming after all the girls. There's one more about me. That might have been the big one. I'm coming after all the girls, and Ro's coming after Tina and Tara. Was the other one?
Ro's coming after Tina and Tara.
That was like coursing through the house.
Well, obviously you know who's scared of you if we're in a team setting, right? Like on my team.
I don't really. Yeah, okay. So right, there's one female.
Obviously.
But it's confusing. Yeah, like it's.
So it's like that would make sense for her game, mm-hmm. you know, to kind of paint that picture, mm-hmm. because she's obviously was scared mm-hmm. if you were to win or whatever, mm-hmm. that she would be the option to go up. Mm-hmm. So in that sense, seeing Ro as one of your closest allies mm-hmm. would have been ideal in a flip situation, you know. It wouldn't have been ideal for Ty and I. Uh-huh. So that's why I just want to like kind of reiterate the fact that Ro, I'm just kind of trying to emphasize the fact that Ty and I had no part in this flip.
Yeah.
And like I came and talked to you mid chaos.
Yeah.
And made sure everything was straight because
right.
I was like, I don't want you to go home.
Yeah.
And we never orchestrated anything. We were the ones that were shutting it down. It was the other people, i.e. the females, that were scared of you guys.
Yeah.
And like I'm just like pretty upset with people like Tara because she was one of the main people that wanted it to happen.
Right.
And now she's like, you know, like pretending like she didn't.
Right.
And she comes to the couch and says, oh, like I'm voting Josh for sure, blah, blah, blah. But right before that, she was trying to get us to vote for you.
Right.
So it's just like very wishy-washy. And now we're being painted as the people that like orchestrated it and been saying you guys' names when we never did and we never wanted to.
One question I have is even when Tara was clearly going to vote for me to stay at mm-hmm. that point, like close to the end, mm-hmm. like were you guys not still trying to rally 5-6 votes to bring it over the line at that point?
We were not trying to rally votes.
But would you went with it?
So who's rallying votes? Because obviously there was a meeting at the top of the stairs to still rally votes, and if it was going to be there, then it was going to happen.
That's what we know. That's what we know.
Yeah. And at that point, Tina and Tara were not voting to evict me. They were voting to evict Josh. So there's still an attempt to get 6 votes over the line.
There was no possibility of getting 6 votes because we were not going to vote that way. Like people.
We as in who? You and Ty?
Me and Ty. Yeah. Like we had no intention of voting for you to go.
Right.
In this game, obviously you need to hear out both sides, pros mm-hmm. and cons.
Yeah.
So we were listening.
Yeah.
But we literally went to bed the night before and said, unanimous vote Josh. We woke up in the morning, unanimous vote Josh.
Yeah.
30 minutes before the fucking vote, we start hearing it's a flip.
Yeah.
And then we're like, what? And then I'm just saying, people like, obviously, you know, LaToya had a part, Tara, mm-hmm. those people are the ones that were pushing for it hard.
Yeah.
Josh campaigned super hard before he left, promising people things like Tara, people that were on the outside, people that are super paranoid about this week.
Yeah.
And they bought into it. And Tara talked to me multiple times the day before the eviction saying we need to do this because if Josh stays and it's still teams, I can put him up and I don't have any blood on my hands. If Rose stays and I have to put him up, that's a lot more blood on my hands.
Yeah.
That doesn't help my game at all. I was never going to put you up anyways. I'm never going to put Kyle up anyways, told him that to his face.
Yeah.
So you staying is better for me instead of Josh, who said that he's personally coming after me.
Right. Well, me staying is better for you, and I told you that in the HOH room and in the pantry too, right? Like it's not in your best, even right now, like it's not even in your best interest to take me out of the game, and I wouldn't take you out of the game, right?
Completely agree.
And that was like a completely 100% conversation that we had twice.
Right.
And that's what I tried to reiterate in Expedia yesterday when I came in to see what was going on.
Right.
I'm never going to blame anybody for looking at both sides. There's two people on the block at the end of the day. One person's got to go. Even if it seems like it's unanimous the whole week, it might not be. And if there's an opportunity to better your own game from someone's perspective, then you got to take that opportunity and at least discuss the option. So I'm not like I'm never upset at that. Like I knew it was a possibility going on the block, but I guess like when we were talking to Ty yesterday, it was just like, well, give us a name. Like if it's not like because people are telling us this is not coming like from us, right? Like this is just me asking questions because I'm on the block and I don't want to go home. But like people are coming up to us and being like, okay, like Ty and Jed, like this is the situation.
And the rumors
conversations are happening right now. So like naturally, like we've got to be like, okay, like what the fuck's going on? Right. So like we just like need a name of like so like you said Tara and Latoya for example of like who's like orchestrating this chaos. Right. But like at the end of the day, Tara was not going to vote to evict me. Like right when the eviction was happening, and I know even after that point there was still an attempt to make the flip. So I'm just wondering like who at that point, obviously if it wasn't you, if it wasn't Ty, like who at that point was making the push to still make the flip happen even without Tara and Tina voting to evict me?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious.
So it's Latoya.
I mean,
but there has to be 4 other people, doesn't there?
Yeah, but there was no. That's why it didn't happen because there was no votes. Right. You know what I mean? Like Ty and I, we're not down for it. Right. We weren't down for it. We were the ones doing damage control to stop it. Yeah. We up until 30 minutes before the eviction. Yeah. We had said this is a unanimous vote. It's easy. Right. We don't need Josh to stay for any protection. We're pretty secure right now with you guys. Yeah. So like we're not worried about you guys coming after us. Whereas other people in this game are terrified of you guys going after them. So they wanted Josh to stay as a target.
So that's the other thing. Like who came up with this? Because I found out like 6-7 things about me yesterday that I don't even fucking know.
Me too.
So it's just
6-7 things.
Yeah, just like random shit. Like Rose going after the girls, Rose going after Tina and Taylor. Or like who's coming up with this shit?
I honestly think it's like an assumption. Just like the assumption that Kyle's.
Well, like it was a very well-known rumor around. It wasn't an assumption because everybody else is talking about it except Kyle and I. Yeah. At that point, it's just like Ro and Kyle are going after the girls. So like, people had to be talking about it. It wasn't just an assumption. So someone had to come up with it and start spreading it around. And who was that person?
That's the question I have.
And like things I'm saying to you guys, like I'm hearing back from other people, and it's like completely twisted. And I'm just like, no, it didn't happen like that.
Like what?
So like. We haven't. The only times we've ever like discussed your guys' names, it's been because we were told that you guys were like Ro was gone this week, and I was next essentially. Like if you had the votes, Ro was gone, and then I was the target. So obviously, reaction. We have an hour to save Ro. We're like fuck. Like no. Right? Because it's like we're just hearing things that are completely pulled from the clouds.
It's just like I think it was just people that really wanted you to go, and then it didn't happen, and then they just started shitstorming, completely deflected on Ty and I, and they try to make us implode, whereas we never wanted you to go, and like we almost now are being punished for a move that wasn't even ours. Yeah. And the people that orchestrated it, obviously starting with Josh because he was doing the campaigning, and then mainly the girls that are scared of you guys. Yeah. They're the ones that just fell back into the shadows once it didn't go through and pushed it right onto us.
So it was a girl that was saying we were going after the girls? Yeah. Because it had to be someone.
Well, yeah. Okay. Like, why would we say that? We're not the girls. So we don't care.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, like.
So it has to be girls. So really, at the end of the day, it has to be Tara, Beth, or Latoya that said it.
It has to be, yeah.
So it has to be one of those 3 people that created that?
It has to be, yeah, because it's one of the girls.
Okay.
So it's like, it wasn't us. We knew that you guys aren't coming for us.
And we still, like, even though we feel a little bit, like, kind of betrayed in a sense, like, because I thought the whole time it was going to be, obviously you're going to consider it, right? But I didn't consider it to get as crazy as it did. And then to hear all the girl stuff, we're like, what the hell's going on? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, Ty can say like we didn't push for that. We really didn't.
The way it was
because it's just not true, and it's frustrating. It's okay when things have a little merit, and like you can be like, okay, fuck, like, but like when things are completely made up, it's frustrating to hear.
Well, the thing is, it's just like it just wouldn't be in your best interest because like if I go to this game and then Kyle goes out of the game next, then like you guys are massive targets.
That's what I'm saying.
Like there's just like. if anybody else wins HOH except for the two of you, like there's a great chance that you two go on the block.
Absolutely.
And we always said from the jump, we would watch out for each other. We said that
Yeah.
from time.
And even after all this, like where we like are getting told that you guys are saying a lot of shit about us, we still haven't gone to Vic and pushed for you guys.
And
Right.
You know what I
and
mean?
vice
So-
versa.
Vice versa, yeah.
Like we haven't gone to Vic once and been like put tie in
No,
general.
we
haven't
talked
said
to
that.
we talked to Vic as well, and we
Same
said
thing.
don't put. Yeah, we literally said the same thing. Even though we didn't really know where we stood yesterday, we never once put you guys in her head.
She
It
even
was
asked.
everyone except for you.
She even asked.
She asked. She said, "What do you think about Kyle
What do you
and
guys
Rohan?"
think about Kyle? Did they say anything bad about me? No.
Nope. Nope.
So did she ask you like for names or anything? Like did you guys give recommendations?
Well, I personally said Tara because Tara said my name multiple times.
Right.
She put me up first in the HOH challenge in an attempt to get me out.
Right.
So she has done things to me that I feel like I can say her name without any major like backlash.
Right.
So I did say Tara.
Yeah.
I didn't really pitch names. The thing is, she pitched names. And
Yeah.
the name she pitched,
Yeah.
honestly, makes sense.
Which ones did she pitch?
She pitched
Kiefer because he like
Kiefer
lied to her face.
and Toya.
And the
Kiefer and Toya?
Yeah.
Oh,
These are pitched,
Kiefer, what a bad move.
No, Kiefer fucked up hard.
Kiefer just bit off a little more than he could chew.
Yeah. He
You know what I
definitely
mean?
fucked up.
And she feels like those two people are responsible
But, yeah.
for what happened yesterday. And to a degree,
Yeah.
there's some I can't argue with that.
So if Latoya's on the block, you guys are okay with that based on what happened with the flip? Because obviously, if Tara wasn't going to vote to evict me, then Latoya would have been one to continue to push it, right?
Yeah.
If that's what I'm,
Yeah,
what I'm
like
observing.
at the end of the day, like if that's what it takes to show that we didn't orchestrate this at all,
Yeah.
then it is what it is. Like,
well, I genuinely don't think that you guys orchestrated it.
I genuinely don't either.
I don't. Like I came into the room Expedia yesterday, I saw your face, I was like, Jed didn't orchestrate this
Yeah.
for sure. And you too. Like,
the one thing that we just can't understand is the rumers. We just
yeah,
still
we just
can't.
don't understand like where they're getting created.
And
So-
like why they're getting spread. Like
Well, we
obviously you guys had to spread them though.
well,
like when you hear 'em.
basically, yeah, I mean, like people are talking about them, but who created them? We're narrowing it down to 3 people essentially. Then, right?
yeah. Like obviously you hear things, and then all of a sudden it's like people that you're close with are included in those rumors.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, okay, like we hear the same rumors. We hear, okay, Kyle and Ro want a gun for Latoya or something like that.
Like
We've had a
that
good
never came out of my
relationship.
mouth.
Yeah, exactly, I know,
Never.
but like
I
we
would-
just
I
hear
thought
that.
I genuinely thought I had a good relationship with Latoya, which is why this is so weird to me.
Yeah.
Because like I've had like transparent like conversations with her about everything.
Right.
So I was just like, what?
Well, I think even that's why I think she was surprised as well. She was
Well,
just
she won't even look at me.
oh, yeah, I don't know. I think
I'm just like, hey, how's it going? Like nothing. Don't even respond to me.
yeah. I mean,
I'm
I
just
don't
like,
know.
I literally did not do anything to her.
Yeah.
So does she just come up like does she just make the scenarios in her head? Like I don't,
Well, I
don't know.
I think it's just like I think she's the type of person that just kind of reads people, and I think she just thinks that you don't like her for a fact, and then you're just like associated with him, so you don't like her as well, or something like that. That's what I would
That's
assume.
bullshit
The
though.
reality is too, if we're really thinking about last week, everybody was going through scenarios on who would be put up depending on who won HOH.
Yeah.
And I think with teams and the assumption, they figured that she must have figured that you would come for her. I don't know what else like.
Well, our team was so.
Well,
spare.
Latoya, you have a spares team and you haven't talked game with me.
Right.
That's the only thing like.
But don't
personal.
go around and make up rumors about me. Otherwise, it's gonna happen the other like you know what I mean?
Because like, look, I mean, quite frankly, she did it, and she's put herself in a really negative position right now, and she's in jeopardy of going on the block.
Right.
Like that's the fact of the matter. If that's what Vic told you guys, right? So
Yeah, and like we completely understand that, and although we do have a good relationship with her,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like it was a pretty bad move,
Yeah.
and we don't want to be associated with that move just because we have a good relationship.
Right.
So if that means that she has to go on the block before us,
Yeah.
then that's fine. Like at the end of the day, it's an individual game.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not gonna like stress over that because it was a move that she made, and we don't agree with that move.
Right.
And we were kind of roped into that.
So if it were, what did you say, Kiefer and Toya?
Yeah.
So if it were those two on the block and like one of you guys won veto, would you just leave it the same?
Well, we would have to talk to Vic.
That would be a good question.
True.
We would have to talk
Like whatever
to
Vic wants. Yeah.
Because Vic said, like, look, talk to me tomorrow about the veto.
Right.
And she's like, Kiefer's my target, blah, blah, blah. I want him to go.
Yeah.
The toys up.
I think Kiefer is her target, to be
Yeah.
honest. Yeah.
So, like, if that's true, then it may be unnecessary to use it.
Right.
But that she would have to, like, kind of stay true to that.
True.
So,
Okay.
That's unknown at this point because she feels like Latoya is on the block because she could flip a vote.
Yeah.
in general.
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Like not necessarily because she wants to get Toya out.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
She's scared that if Toya isn't on the block, she'll be able to flip votes and be a vote towards not getting Kiefer out.
True.
So she wants Kiefer out so bad that she'll put the person that she thinks is like the mastermind behind flipping votes
Oh, okay.
on the block.
That makes sense.
Right?
She feels like both weeks,
Yeah.
the flip was orchestrated by Toya.
Right.
I mean,
It's
that's
not-
kind of true. I
it's
mean,
not
like,
even clear to
Toya
me.
really did start the Julie thing. Like, she wanted Julie out from the get. Well, I mean, like, Toya really just wanted Julie out from the get-go.
Right.
So it's like, for us to be like, it's not even. That's why I was shocked you guys even believe that.
Believe what?
We would orchestrate a flip, or we would come for you guys.
I don't
Yeah.
think we believe that you orchestrated the flip.
Yeah, we genuinely don't think that you guys
So-
orchestrated it.
So what did you? Like, what was it?
Well, I was just asking questions because it was like 3 hours before the eviction, and I'm like, I'm on a fucking block. Like, I could go home if I don't like figure out what's going on. So people come up to me and tell me like, oh, Jed and Ty, blah blah blah. So I've just asked questions. Like, I got Latoya pulling people into rooms. Like, I have no clue what the fuck's going on. To me, it's just chaos. So
Are you,
it's
able,
not me.
are you able to tell us who said that it was us orchestrating it?
Well, just like people
Fuck,
coming
man.
in and out of rooms. But, like,
Yesterday
it
was
was
such a
just, it was
whirlwind.
like more
I
than
don't
one
really
person.
know.
Like,
It was
you can
definitely
probably just like
more-
handpick somebody in the
multiple
house,
people.
and they
Right.
probably said it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
I mean, I guess it like at the end of the day, it looked bad because
Yeah.
we were in those rooms.
Yeah.
But we weren't in those rooms pushing for you to go.
True, yeah.
That's all I can say about that.
Yeah.
It's like we didn't want you to go. We knew it was terrible for our game if you went.
yeah,
There were people that would have benefited from you going, and those are the ones that wanted you to go.
yeah.
And they just didn't have the votes because we would not give our votes.
Who do you guys put up then if you win that HOH?
Yesterday,
Yeah.
I'm putting up. Who am I putting up? I'm definitely putting up Tara, and who else am I putting up? I may have to put up Kiefer as well because he's just stepped on a lot of toes, and I think that would be the least blood.
Same with you.
I think. Would you do the same, Ty? Something similar? Yeah.
And you'd want Tara out in that scenario?
Yes. In that scenario, yeah.
Tara, like to me, like Tara, I don't know. I just get this vibe she's coming for Jed.
Just coming for Jed?
It just seems that way.
Oh,
There's
true.
something fishy about Tara's game. She flips and flops.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, she's kind of a loose
She
cannon.
worries me a little bit.
Like, do you guys trust her?
Not fully, no. She's just like, yeah, she just kind of says what's on her mind. She doesn't really like think
Right.
through.
Like,
what she
I have nothing, no ill will against her, but it just pained me to see how hard she was pushing for you to go, and then 5 seconds later she's sitting on the couch with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that pisses me off.
It's just like,
Who do you guys put up?
Like, she's probably one. If like what you're saying is like she's the one that pushes a flip, then I'd probably do her and Toya, to be honest.
Her and Toya?
Yeah. I mean, just based on what happened
and
yesterday.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, it makes complete sense.
I mean Toya, and then I'd kind of have to think about the other one.
Yeah.
Because like it's hard to say because like if you're not HOH, you don't have the the genuine
Yeah.
conversations where people are being like completely transparent of like what really like, you know.
Exactly. Like, yeah, people start telling the truth more when their back's against the wall for sure.
So now that you have names for yesterday.
Because I mean, when I get out on that HOH competition, all I hear is Toya cheering
For who?
when I'm out.
Oh, when
I mean, yeah, that was true. She was cheering.
Oh, you were right there.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't even know.
Yeah. No, you probably just paying attention.
Yeah.
But like
Oh,
I was already out. Like I was on the
Oh
bench. I was
no,
already out.
not
so,
a
like,
noise.
sweat.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
She was like,
yes.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Wow, I didn't even see that either.
So I mean.
So I mean, what do you mean I don't like you? You wouldn't see me do that if you got out. You know what I mean?
Right.
The question, we gave you names for yesterday too.
The thing is about that too is like you didn't give us Toya until we gave you Toya. So it's like, you know what I mean? Until we told you that we knew it was Toya, and then you told Toya.
Well, I don't think our automatic reaction is to throw someone on the bus we have good relationships with.
I know, but like if
But-
that's who actually did
For sure,
it.
but like at the end of the day, right? It's either falls on you or
Oh,
it falls
exactly.
on or it falls on that person.
Exactly. So, like, once we realized you guys are like really believing that it was us, and like you got to think about the game. Like, obviously, it's you before I. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
When it comes to that, so it's just like, yeah, like we'll give you.
Well, if you're telling me like it was Tara originally, like I can believe that. But,
Oh,
like,
it was Tara
but-
originally.
Yeah, for sure.
but you asked me who was in the rooms pushing.
Yeah,
It
like
was
last
Toya.
minute, like when
Yeah.
Tara was for sure voting for
Right,
me to
right.
stay, right? Like
Right.
who was that person? So obviously it was Toya in that
Right.
scenario.
Right. 100%.
Okay.
But I don't want you to be blind to the fact that Tara was a huge part of it,
Right.
and she's kind of flipping again.
So if we go talk to Vic, like you think it'd make most sense for us to push to get Tara on the block?
I mean, I'm not going to tell you guys what to do, but if I'm HOH, she's on the block.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to. I know Vic doesn't like to be told what to do for her HOH. So
Right.
like, I don't want to tell her what to do.
Yeah.
We just told her who we think, and we just told her what the repercussions of each side would be. And if that means Tara, like, even as like a potential replacement, or if like even right on the block, but I just know that she doesn't want Toya to be in the voting pool. So I think that her nominees are pretty locked in at this point, and then it would just come down to the veto and what she wants us to do with it.
Do you think I should pull Tara aside and just call her out one-on-one without like
Tara?
without mentioning your name?
I mean, you could. Like, at this point, like, I think that our bridge is burnt.
Yeah.
Just because I know that she's been talking about me, and like I've obviously been talking about her.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wouldn't really care, but I wouldn't be surprised if she just like lied to your face.
Right. So maybe I'll pull her aside one-on-one, and I'll just like call her out for the flip, and I won't mention your name.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Well, you can ask her. Say,
Yeah.
were you? Just like ask her, like, were you pushing for the flip?
Yeah.
Because she came to me 3 times the day before and said, "This is a good move."
Right.
And then, right when it was time for her to pull the trigger, she didn't do it. So,
Right.
And then just blamed it on us.
At the end of the day, he's still here.
Yeah.
But like, hopefully there's no more rumors going around about
Right.
us. I'm not accusing you guys of doing it.
Yeah.
But like,
we didn't do it.
But if you guys hear something about us, like, come and tell us, because
Right.
we just found out fucking yesterday.
well, we were in
things
a
that we
weird
don't know about
place, you know?
ourselves. Huh?
Like, we were in a weird place where we didn't know where you guys were at. We didn't know if this was a fucking battle now. Like, we didn't know what we
Well,
were
just
doing.
because I thought the boat was flipping, that's why I was just like, holy, like, what the fuck's going
So
on?
did we though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I'm hearing we have the numbers. We're flipping the house. I'm like, how? This doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like, Kiefer coming to tell us, like, you know, those guys said they're coming after you next week.
And I'm hearing that
And then
last
we're like, what the fuck? Like, so now, does
Yeah,
that
I mean,
that-
that's
Do we know that?
Does that
I didn't know
mean
that.
no, we don't know
I
that
didn't
till
know
now.
that.
Yeah, well, yeah, and then it's like, does that mean that we're keeping somebody that is coming for our heads next week? Like, what? Like, now we're confused.
Kiefer just got trying.
Kiefer's
got
fucking all over
caught
the
trying to
place.
play everyone.
I didn't know that he said that.
Yeah. I told you guys that yesterday.
Did you?
Right in the
fuck! I
kitchen.
was. Man, I was
Yeah.
I was like, that's why, because we heard you guys were coming after us. That's why we were like in the rooms, like, what the
Oh yeah,
fuck?
we just didn't know it was coming from Kiefer.
yeah.
Nah, Kiefer likes to.
Yeah.
He tried to
I think
play
he was just floating
everyone.
and got kind of caught on
Well,
both
he
sides.
tried to just play both sides aggressively and
Right.
just like bit off more than he could chew.
Right.
It's just like completely blatantly obvious.
Yeah, as soon as he pulled me aside and tried to throw Vic under the bus, I was just like, I could see in his eyes, you're lying to
Yeah.
me.
So fuck. When I came out, he says this, and I come
Yeah.
out, and Kyle's not looking at me.
Yeah.
It's like, oh fuck.
I was just cheesed on the couch like this. I was just like, oh,
I just
shit.
tried to take everything in before I called him out and being a liar.
Right.
I was trying to I just had to make sure.
When he said that, then you wouldn't look at me in my face. I'm like, oh my god, is he telling the truth?
That's what I
That was
thought.
really coming from me.
I don't know. At the end of the day, like, I know we're gonna battle eventually, but like, I don't want it to be this soon. You know what I
No,
mean?
neither do we. That's
And like,
why
we don't
I
want
like.
it to be so fucking awkward. like,
No,
Oh
for sure.
fuck!
Yeah.
No matter what
Like-
happens, it shouldn't be awkward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think
agree.
I don't think it's in either of our best interests to take each other out because
No.
immediately then the others become targets.
Exactly.
I mean, obviously, like we're the 4 biggest targets in the house,
Absolutely.
just like based on everything that's happened in 2 weeks.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Like, we don't.
And like we haven't like twisted anything you guys have said to people. We just hope that can be like mutually, you know.
Yeah. Reciprocated for
There's
sure.
there's no scenario in which I have ever said Kyle said, or Kyle this, or I think Kyle
Yeah.
said no.
Like Vic blatantly
or
asked us
no.
yesterday,
Yeah.
has Kyle Rowe ever talked shit about me? And I was like, no. Like, I couldn't even if I wanted to rat you guys out, you haven't said anything.
right, yeah,
So
yeah. Barely
there's,
doctor.
there's no reason.
Yeah.
That's what we were saying. That's why like the rumors were like, what the hell, man? Like we haven't really said anything.
You guys don't really talk shit about people. Like,
No.
it's-
And neither do we.
yeah, like,
Have you
just on
heard me
vacation.
talk-
yeah, no,
Have you
seriously.
Have you heard me talk shit about anybody?
Nah.
Oh,
Nice guy, Ty.
Ty's balling.
And Vic would never be like, oh, Ty and Jed said this about Kyle and Roe, because that would just never happen.
Yeah, for sure. No, I believe you.
I think we have just like a underlying understanding that
Yeah.
we want to move forward as a kind of a crew, even though we haven't established like a crazy alliance. Like
Yeah,
we from day 1,
yeah,
day 2 with us, we talked and said we're not gunning for each other.
Right.
early because
Yeah.
once 2 of us are out,
Yeah.
the other 2 are full on target by
Massive
everyone
targets,
else.
yeah.
So we need to like just stick together.
Yeah.
Like we can do our things and like whatever play with the relationships we have, but
Yeah.
I feel like there are bigger fish to fry in this game
Yeah.
that aren't us.
Yeah.
And it's in our best interest to get them out first.
Yeah.
And then when it comes down to the line, we want to battle it out. Like that's fine. We're fine with that.
Yeah.
But like right now, I just don't want to be gunning after each other like this.
That's what I mean, because I feel like the tension between us is somehow taking heat off other people.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
are skating by now.
Yeah.
You know?
Like
Yeah.
the terrors of this world skate to jury.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The keys of this world skate by,
Right.
and they're lying. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're saying.
There's too many people being able to skate by.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is literally what Josh wanted. he wanted to create the alliance, the Pretty Boy Alliance, and then if it didn't work, he wanted to pin them against each other. And like, I
Yeah,
don't
that's
want
exactly
that
what I
to
said in the
happen. I don't
house
want
meeting,
that to happen. Yeah. So I just want to reiterate to you guys, like, didn't want you out, didn't start any rumors about you, didn't spread them, and we want you guys in this game for as long as possible.
Yeah.
And we think that there are other people that need to go
Yeah.
way before you.
Okay.
And I hope you guys feel the same. And
Yeah,
don't-
I mean, we
and
do,
don't-
yeah, for sure.
And we don't have to. I don't have to be calling you Rohan instead of the show. But yeah,
All right. Well, yeah, thanks for pulling us aside. It's better just to clear it up.
yeah. I don't like this weird animosity.
No,
Couldn't
no.
even sleep last night. I was so stressed.
I didn't sleep very good either.
I was like, what's the room gonna
I
be
might have
like?
heard a kiss
I know.
last night, Ty.
Oh, stop.
Huh?
Oh.
What's that?
I said I heard a kiss last night, Ty.
Oh, you guys kissed?
Ty doesn't kiss.
Did he tell you yet? Did he tell you yet?
What, last night?
Yeah.
Tell you what.
I heard a.
No, you did not.
Shut up. I thought you don't lie.
Bro,
You're lying.
you heard a kiss? Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Blue line.
I probably did this.
I sucked my lips.
Yeah.
That's jokes.
I'm a gangster. We don't kiss, bro.
Yeah,
I'm a
right,
gangster.
buddy.
I don't like the party.